I could of course have just left this car sitting all winter without using it at all and just letting it sit there. Or I could get new wheels, new tires and get an undercoating on the car and then go to a frozen lake and drive the car on an ice track. And as you can see, I chose the more exciting of the two options. So, you might be wondering, how did I get here? Well, okay, none of you are actually wondering that, but if your time was that valuable, you probably wouldn't be here in the first place, would you? So, let's get on with it. We've all seen fun and nice cars get locked away in a garage or cellar or who knows where, and the sad part is that these cars are going to end up not getting driven the way they were supposed to. And I don't want to end up like that. So I thought, I have a brilliant rear-wheel drive Japanese sports car with a limited slip differential. It is very prone to rusting, but if you take good care of it, you can prevent it. And so I thought, what better way to honor this car and its brilliantly balanced chassis than to fit some nice studded tires to it, get a full undercoating to protect it against salt and rust, and to actually go out and drive this car on the ice. And not just drive it on the ice, but drive it to and from the track, which is 6 hours each way for me to drive in winter in an RX-8. Nobody expects to see an RX-8 at the top of a snow-covered mountain doing a mountain pass, and that's exactly why I chose to do it. And of course I do have some new wheels with some nice Goodyear Ultragrip Arctic 2 tires, which are studded winter tires, so they should be really great on the ice. And we are pulling into the petrol station because this is an RX-8, and yeah, this is where this car lives basically, so you know, this is not going to be the last petrol station stop on this journey, to say the least. So 98 octane, which I'm also going to have to try and actually find some 98 octane wherever I'm going, so that's also going to be great. But for now, time to fill up. I mean, tunnel, can we? also ended up in a bit of a snowstorm, so they were driving convoy over the mountain pass that I had to get over to get to where I was going. So that was also my first experience driving convoy over the mountain, so that's sort of fun, I guess. With the car having taken me safely over the mountain, there was only one thing left to do, and that was to get out on the track and just drive, and drive, and drive. Because the group that I was driving with was luckily very small, which meant that we had pretty much unlimited track time. So I ended up driving for 1.5–2 hours the first day, and I could have driven a lot more if I wanted to, but that was more than enough for one day. And then I also drove an hour the day after, so I felt like I really got a good amount of seat time on the ice. I tried not going too hard in, so as not to like spin or crash the car into a bank or anything on my first goes, and as I kept driving my confidence grew also, and by the end I think I had a pretty good hang of it. I did spin once, but luckily it was in a pretty safe area to spin, so I avoided any snow banks or anything like that. And I could drive the car home without a single scrape on it.